I grew up in London. Most of my family lived in social, or as it was then called, council housing in London. So it's like, coming back to that. It's a very challenging time for the sector. It's a very challenging time for Southern, and it's a very challenging time for a lot of people who live in our homes, or colleagues and residents generally. So I liked Southern's focus on being clear that it needs to get itself in a more robust financial position, and it needs to improve its service delivery, particularly repairs for customers, how it aspires to be in the top rank of rankings for customer focus, called C1 in the trade, but what do we need to think about? We want to be one of the best in meeting the needs and aspirations of our residents. We aim to be excellent in terms of repairs. And the other thing that is really attractive for me about Southern was it's got 4 residents on its board, which is unusual, and that sort of commitment to really listening to the users of our service and really focusing on what they know and how that can help us deliver a better service, a more focused service for them and their peers is, I think, really exciting. Firstly, it's about a board that values each other, that recognises other people's skills and experience, but also takes collective responsibility. If you have a finance expert on the board, it is still your responsibility as a non-finance expert to be responsible and look after your resources. And likewise, we draw on everybody's skills, and people have particular skills, but it's a collective responsibility, and that's very important. A board that wants to listen as much as speak. Effective listening skills are absolutely crucial to a good board member. In the same way we want to give people permission to tell us what we don't want to hear, we actually have to hear what is being said. Create the conditions where everybody feels they can be frank, but in a respectful way. So you want your executive members to come to you and tell you how things are, what you need to know. But also we need to be listening to each other, and we need to make sure that all board members feel that they can ask what they feel they need to ask. So that for me is what an effective board looks like. It's one where the sum of the parts is more than the individuals. It's one which can, whilst holding the executive to account, work really collaboratively with the executive team, because if you get a strong executive team working with a strong board, that's when you can really motor. That's when you can weather storms, and that's when you have the confidence to tell other people what they need to hear, maybe about funding, maybe about how things are, and respond diligently to the challenges we face.